Alright, I've got it. I take a small group of soldiers down this route and blow up the West Barracks. It will draw their attention and open up the mine.
You will live longer than a few seconds.
Oh, well, now you're just picking on us.
Boy, what I want to know is what my men
Future Queen.
Patronage the city best. We'll follow her plan.
I only put mine forward to annoy
I see
her
you've
anyway.
really matured on your travels. If you look at the
My
map,
ship
we can go through the details.
We can expect heavy mortar fire, but most of Logan's soldiers will be
I want
busy
to be in the thick of
Paige
the
and her
smoke
men.
and the fire and the glory. If Paige
Leave the
takes
center
the
to
west
us.
route, it's only fair I
Chance of getting
You
lost.
stir up to this.
Oh, don't worry about me. I may feel old and tired, but the day hasn't come yet. Let the battle for Albion begin.
Our people are getting torn to shreds out there. They need our help.
We need to take care of that mortar.
We've already lost one. Hey, listen. Come on.
We'll follow every step of the way. Ready? Let's go!
This is the moment you've been waiting for, isn't it? Well, waiting's over. You traitorous, treasonous rebellion! Prepare to die.
He's not getting back up, that's for sure.
Marvelous start.
That was a satisfying shot. We can't
use
get
it.
past those gates. Now I have to already over.
Rebels using that. Man, watch your footing. Never get through those gates while the bombs are getting the fire. I've been shooting since Take the pain and strike back! You take that mortal! Really starting to annoy me.
Back in space. There's still nothing back there. You've used one of those before. How about you blow this one? The house now. Am I looking? The mortar's down!
The Auroran ship should be able to move in closer now. Stuff.
Take the fight into the city! Bit of close combat. This is more. Recognize old Walter, you hot botherers!
How you feeling, Walter?
Stop asking me now, let's go.
Is this not the grandest time you've ever had?
Sabine, you almost blew us up.
You saw a glorious beacon of freedom burning in the night for all the... What is it, Boulder? Oh, bloody hell. Move! Move!
It'll take more than a grenade to finish off that old sod.
Meanwhile, let's do what he says and get moving, shall we?
You know what I like most about people? They die. I like to think about puppies. About slowly crushing them.
Your head off, and soon. That's what I want.
My men are taking care of the East Barracks, but I couldn't leave you out here alone.
That deserves a round of applause. Stopped you! Hey, if they didn't want to get killed, they shouldn't do it for time. Practice competition someday.
That was easy.
Shoot at their helmets! Elite soldiers, my ass. Have that!
Stay alert. There'll be more coming. We have to find a way past this gate.
Always with the damn gates.
What we need are explosives. But I used mine up on the way here.
If only we knew some sort of tiny, crazy old man who enjoyed blowing things up. Ha ha! Did you see that order? Let the whole city bow to our thunder.
Hang on. How did you get to the other side in the first place?
Dwellers have their ways, my boy. Is there anyone left to kill?
There will be soon. More troops are on the way. Kalian's fleet got a fair few, but not all.
We'll hold them off. Come on, Boulder, there's more fighting to be done.
Good luck in there. Hope the crown fits.
Let's finish this for good, while I can still stand up on my own. Shall we knock? No. Let's surprise him.
So, this is how it ends. The old fool and the child who ran away. You've finally become the woman I always wanted you to be.
She's a lot more than that, and now she's ready to take your place.
Perhaps the time has come for someone else to lead Albion.
You were never a leader, just another tyrant.
Did it ever occur to you that I may have had good reason to be?
We're not interested in your reasons.
Cower behind ignorance if you will, but my sister deserves to know the truth.
Save it for the trial, Logan. You can beg for your life then. There she is. The Queen of Albion. You've made it. Just like I always knew you would. It doesn't get any easier, though. You have a country to run now. And with Jasper busy in the sanctuary, you'll need a new personal aide. Someone who can keep you organized. Let me introduce you to...
Hobson. Hobson's the name, Your Majesty. May I say what an extraordinary honor it is to serve you. I have a vast wealth of experience, I assure you, though I have yet to experience vast wealth. That, Your Majesty, is an example of the sense of humor which will no doubt make our time together such a delight.
No doubt. Well, I'll leave you two to get better acquainted. I should begin preparations for the trial.
The trial, of course. The very first item on today's agenda. Among my other qualities, I am well versed in toadying, public relations, and time management. And I heartily believe the key to being a successful queen is following a well-scheduled royal agenda. If you will permit me, here are today's appointments. I'm sure you will do a marvelous job presiding over your brother's trial, which, as I said, will be your very first royal duty. Your subjects await in the throne room for what is sure to be an historic occasion, Your Majesty.
I cannot tell you what joy it brings me to see you crowned.
I'm afraid your property was irreparably damaged during the battle. You've acquired a full royal suit, which I have displayed in the place of honor, which reminds me, I have to find somewhere else to store my spare apron.
That is splendid.
Wonderful.
All stand to attention for the Queen of Albion. Logan, former King of Albion, you stand accused today of crimes against the kingdom and its people. Those who brought you to justice will now speak.
There's not a soul alive in the kingdom who hasn't suffered for his glory, and plenty who've died for it. I says, let him have some death of his own.
Look, I'm not one for lopping people's heads off, but we saw Major Swift executed like it was a bloody circus act. He deserves nothing less as far as I'm concerned.
But aren't we better than that? Isn't that why we fought to be here now? I've seen what Logan has done to this city. People starving to death, children forced to work, but killing him now won't solve anything.
It is not my place to decide his fate, but his betrayal condemned many of my people to death. He promised us salvation, and then left us to face the darkness alone.
I had good reason to break that promise, and I had good reason for the crimes you claim I committed. The day I returned to Albion, I received a visit from a blind seer, Teresa, our father's guide. She showed me the future of this kingdom. The darkness in Aurora is coming here, bringing death, destruction, the end of our way of life. The sacrifices I had to make, I did them to protect Albion. If a few had to suffer, it was to build an army. If a few had to die, it was to save a country. I have spent years preparing for this attack. Let me stand by your side now, and all my soldiers will be yours to command. Let us face the coming darkness, together.
If this is true, if it's really coming here, we are all in grave danger.
You have the power over life and death, sister. Now choose.
This is not the time for revenge. We need your help, Logan.
The Queen has made her decision. Logan's life will be spared.
I know you will never forgive me for the things I've done. You told me so once, remember?
Of course I do.
But what matters now is that we defend our land. The castle is yours, and so is the throne. I'm glad to be rid of them.
You have fulfilled the first part of your destiny. You were little more than a child when you left the castle. You have become a hero, a leader, and now, finally, a monarch. But your journey is not yet done. Now you are queen, you can know the truth. Albion will soon be attacked, and the threat could not be greater. Darkness is coming to our land. It cannot be reasoned with, it cannot be halted. The ruler of Albion is all that stands between the world we inhabit and that darkness. That is why you had to take your brother's place. The course of history demands it. If you do not succeed, everything we know will come to an end.
Why didn't you tell me all this at the start? It was never about Logan, was it?
I told you what you needed to know, and I never spoke anything but the truth. With Logan on the throne, Albion would have been doomed. This much I know. Only with a hero wearing the crown do we stand a chance of survival.
And how do I stop it?
You won't. Its arrival is inevitable. 1 year from now, the darkness will fall upon Albion. All you can do is prepare, and hope to save as many of your people as you can. How you do so is up to you. 2 paths lie ahead. You may keep the promises you have made and be known as a benevolent ruler. But understand that doing so will leave little to spend on the kingdom's protection and may lead you to disaster. It is not easy to be popular and keep the treasury full, unless you are willing to sacrifice your personal wealth. But you may also choose to break those promises, to harm your people in order to save them. You will not lack the means to build the army you need, but you will be hated. This path will cast you in the role of a tyrant, as it did your brother. You have 1 year to do what Logan could not. Be the ruler that readies Albion for the greatest threat it has ever faced, and be the hero that can stand against it.
Your Majesty, I'm not sure what to say after receiving such news. The darkness that is coming. People won't understand what it means. Nobody could, without living through it first. We need to prepare. If we can't stop the attack from happening, we have to be ready when it comes. Having Logan's troops on our side is a good start. But you will need to raise a fortune to pay for the army we'll need. Hobson will show you the treasury, and I'm sure he can explain just how to fill it.
Indeed I can.
Then I will leave you to it. Ben and I will begin recruiting and training soldiers at once.
If you will follow me, Your Majesty. Oh, how I have looked forward to this moment. This is it, Albion's royal treasury, the store of the kingdom's total wealth. It's, well, not as replete as one would like, but just imagine this room shimmering with hills, valleys, and plateaus of gold, a topography of riches going all the way up to the ceiling. It will require nothing less to build this army everyone is talking about. Which brings us to the second item on today's agenda, and one I'm personally very excited about. Setting the tax rate for the coming year. As you probably know, your brother was taxing the people rather heavily, and some say that this has led to poverty, starvation, and other societal ills. You have 3 clear choices, Your Majesty. 1, lower the tax rate, which one could argue would help the poor and the hungry. Very well, Your Majesty. Well, how very noble? Yes, I suppose noble is the word. How very noble of you. The people are no doubt dancing in the streets. And we are bankrupt. You will need to be more ruthless if you wish to save the kingdom, Your Majesty. There are other, less salubrious means of filling the treasury, of course. You may donate your own gold, should you have enough. Though I must say, such charity is unheard of. However you decide to proceed, you should acquaint yourself with the Royal Ledger. It is a logbook that allows the reigning monarch to make deposits and withdrawals from the treasury. A most useful financial tool. But my, look at the time. You really ought to attend to the next item on today's agenda. Riva has a most intriguing proposal for you in Bowerstone Industrial. Now, I know you have had your differences, but it is time to put those behind you and work together. Nobody can raise money like Riva can, I assure you. I have seen to it that your appearance among the populace is well publicized, so expect a crowd.
The Sanctuary shop has some new... Any other business to attend to? You have gained several trophies since you were in last. Most impressive. Just doing a bit of bookkeeping, eh?
people tell you you're good, they mean you're a goody two-shoes. When they say I'm good, they mean I'm a fiend in the sack.
Don't tempt me, Weaver.
Oh, happy day! Her Majesty the Queen of Albion graces us with her radiant presence. I knew last time we met that you would emerge victorious from such public sibling rivalry. And now, here I am, to assist you in filling your coffers till they are fit to burst. What better way to begin your reign than by reinstating one of my most successful policies? There is no greater waste than the idleness of our city's youth, but my employment scheme guarantees children of all ages will have something to occupy them, whilst ensuring our factories are properly manned.
It's just monstrous. Don't listen to him. You promised you would end child labor. Remember that promise now.
And what would you have us do with the snotty little indigents?
The only way Bowerstone is going to climb out of the gutter is through education. Nothing is more important to our future than that. Turn this factory into a school. Give the children of this city the chance they never had.
A school? Well, that's an original thought. Well, if you'd like to be known as a pauper monarch, then by all means, listen to her. Reaver Industries.
The factory will become a school.
Thank you. We can really start changing people's lives now. This will be an Albion worth fighting for.
I shall begin the necessary modifications at once. Welcome to Reaver Industries Learning Center, Bowerstone Industrial's first ever school. You can now feel secure in the knowledge that your children can become the well-educated automatons you always wanted them to be.
We're owned.
Welcome to the sanctuary.
We have a shortage of some goods.
Ruler.
Great money for anyone who can help out.
Get your loved one a nice gift. Gotcha.
Greetings, my lady.
Hello, you lady. Yippee!
Yes! Yeah! Need a new blade?
Hello, Your Majesty. That
Good blade. That blade's done. That'll fetch a good price.
Try out a new melee weapon today.
Keep hitting it like that. A nice sharp one.
I've never known the...
Great hammer work there.
Oh, these are good times to be a shopkeeper.
That's one complete blade. Don't you know how to use a hammer?
I'm sure you've all got a fair bit of gold in your pockets, so don't be shy about spending.
You know how to use a hammer?
That's a blade, all right. That's a fine blade. Keep hitting it like that.
Fine day, madam. Weapons in all shapes and sizes, just for you!
Perfect blade, that. Great hammer work there.
Pockets, so don't be shy about spending.
You're hitting it all wrong.
Our best sail ever!
Try to hit every part of the blade. A nice sharp one.
Get yourself a gun today! It's a sensible thing to do.
Try to hit the blade. That one's ready. A nice sharp one.
Don't fight with your hands. Use a weapon.
That blade's complete.
Some fuzz for your face?
One blade done. Not the best, but it's okay.
Sail! Sail! You have so much virtue. It's a wonder you don't just...
Not like that.
I looked half as good as you. Hello there, Your Majesty. I hope you're well. Sail, now on! Let me know if you have trouble finding anything. Hi, I'm ready for... Oh, we've got all sorts of shopping experience.
I'll buy anything.